Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, July 25th, 2016, 2:54 a.m. Birmingham. Topic: the military coup in Turkey. What started out being one thing, it completely turned around. And what happened was not meant to happen. Let me try to put it like this. Now, I like to use things that I can understand easily, or try to make other people understand easily without, in other words, appeal to minds like me. Okay. The first Superman movie, when he went into a chamber and took his powers away, but then found out later he screwed up and he shouldn't have. But then he got Lex Luthor involved and telling the general, hey, y'all don't go in there. If you go in there, it makes you like him. In other words, he had already lost his powers. Remember that? Then he went back and got them. So they stood out there and made him go into the chamber, and he acted as though he lost his powers, which would be permanent. When he came out, it was like he did it to them. They didn't do it to him. So they lost their powers. Guys, this is the coup. This is what's supposed to have happened. Being ISIS was involved, this was supposed to have gone down differently. It changed without anyone knowing. And it has changed 5 times in 8 days. And the 5th time was today. But I can tell you this, and I don't know how much they're involved. I do know they are involved. It has helped Russia immensely to get closer and closer to where they want to be. You know, they want this port in Syria. And this is Russian staging is what they're doing. Again, Russia staging and Turkey really didn't have much to do with each other. But Russia's not too crazy about ISIS, not at all. But then ISIS was used. And then Erdogan says he don't want ISIS in that country. He does not want that kind of people running his country, you know, and it's, look at how they dress. They don't even dress like Muslim. They dress like Russian apparel. You know, I say Russian, Western apparel. But again, and even Putin made an announcement that he was part of the Orthodox Church in Russia. He didn't say anything about him being communist or socialist. He left it out. But yet you have a guy that is over one of the major parties in Russia that is also in the same church that's ex-KGB leader. How crazy can it get? You have people, now keep in mind, Putin, he'll have a position, either the president or the PM, one of the two, but either one he holds, he will retain it, the leadership. If he goes back to PM, he'll retain the leadership. So by law, they've been changing every so many years. But I'm not so sure that there will be another change. I think he is going to lock himself in and if needed, even call martial law. They, just 2 days ago, they're talking again, martial law in Turkey, called by the military. But I don't know the status today. And so what's behind the Turkey coup, what it started out to be and what it ended up being were two different things. And Erdogan, I think he just he had a plan that went awry, really run off the tracks. But Russia loved it. It got them what they want. And the oil that ISIS has been buying illegally coming through the Turkish port, now, in order to keep that, the military wants part of that. And then Russia has no choice, but not Russia. Turkey has no choice but to split it with them. So we don't know what's going on. I don't think they know what's going on. I just know the mass confusion in the Middle East deepens, and I don't think that we know what's going on. But we do know that there are some good people out there dissecting the Bible right now to find out where everything is mentioned. Where you was here in Turkey, Istanbul, and Constantinople. Remember that name? Well, all of a sudden it's popped back up to the surface. So this is crazy. So you have some biblical, not influence, but biblical mentions of what's happening today. And I guess we need to watch it closely because it could turn into a whole new thing. And then once again, you have this EX-KGB that's in with the Orthodox Church, eyeballing the Pope. I mean, really eyeballing the Pope. Why is he doing that? Is it a position thing? I don't know, because we're hearing some crazy things about the Pope. I, at first, knew exactly what was going on, but in 2 days, I could not keep up with it. So I quit trying. So I'm letting those that think they know what's going on or knows more than I know, which is anybody, tell me. And that's what I'm doing. And also, I want to go back and do a retraction on my last blog I did. Got mud on my face right there because the joke I told about, and this is one that I had 30 years ago. And I was told that by a government inspector of Tyson. Tyson raises chicken for this part of the country. And they have hundreds of growers because my brother-in-law was one of them. And there was a joke going around like they invented a four-legged chicken, but they couldn't catch it. It was too fast. They didn't know how it tastes. And I'm sitting here telling you this joke. Well, when I get off and then I set it up and start it downloading, well, I'm looking over here after I finish my typing at a blog, and I see a picture of a four-legged chicken right there. And I said, oh, you got to be kidding. So I looked at it, and it was a four-legged chicken. But it was so fat and ugly that the other legs were probably been too far off of the ground, but still, it's one of those that they screwed up or screwed with DNA. Hey, I wouldn't eat it. If I could catch it, I wouldn't eat it. I promise you that. But the point is, I think what happened is has a biblical perspective behind it, and it will come into bright view soon about Turkey and the stance as far as Russia and where they're going. I said right up front when they set the port in Syria, I said, I knew it. I knew that's what they wanted the whole time. And right now, Russia hadn't said a thing about Turkey shooting their jet down, not a word. But right now, Russia's kind of getting what they want in that region. So maybe that was like Russia saying, you owe us. Anyway, till the next one, Jody Wolf Expoz.